What's good, e-casters? Welcome back to Shiny Ho Ho TCG for another deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my 60 card Firewater Dark control list. So it's pretty much exactly as it sounds. 60 cards, plays Firewater Dark, and it's control. Alright. So if you want to see more videos, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Check out some gameplay. I actually have some gameplay of this deck already on Twitch, so hopefully you can go check that out before it gets removed, but I hope to get some of it up here on YouTube. It's just dealing with the internet situation currently, but yeah, so check out shiny_ho-o23 on Twitch and come hang out in the chat. Love to hear from you, and leave a comment down below what you guys think of this deck list. Let's get into it. So Firewater Dark control, pretty much you're going to try and control their board by popping their shit with fire and dark cards, and then trying to draw with water cards, also controlling with frog, and then you have the new fire card to help negate spells, dampen to negate spells, death to negate contract of beasties. So let's get into the card by card. First card, which is kind of like the seal the deal card. It's probably not super necessary, but once this guy comes out, you pretty much have the game, which is going to be Gassy. And Gassy just has the ability, during your turn you may contract spells that share any aura type with an aura page that you control from your cemetery as if they were in your chapter. You may only contract each copy of the spell in your cemetery once per turn this way. So Gassy gets us the ability to reuse like our explosions, our tidal poles, and our death beams, you know, to help control the board, pop anything that they play, and draw cards and recycle through our deck. We have Beelzebub here. Beelzebub's just like kind of a nice swinger. Hits for 75 and burn. But we also can reduce our explosion costs by 1, and then we can also, if we have this thing, we can do the scorching pages for 1 also. So we have a 1-drop negate basically by paying 125, which is kind of costly, but it's still like, it's situational. If you need it, it's gonna help. It just increases the amount of negates that you have. You know, if you're missing your water or you're tapped out on water, you can leave some fire up and get a negate that way. And other situational things that you may run into like that, which that's a new card, so that's really cool. Then going into water, we have 2 frogs. Should all know what Loveland Frogman does, but in case you don't, it can contract a spell for you, which would be, there's nothing really in this deck that kind of like locks you, really, but something like Flood the Earth or Index, this thing would be able to cast it for you, and it wouldn't put you under that that lock condition where you can't play something else. So that's good, but mainly what we have it here for is the draw support. Every turn that it's on the board, you'll get to draw an additional card at your start of your turn. So we draw 2 instead of 1. And then it's charmed power to be able to put stuff to sleep and every other status condition on the map pretty much. So we want to put stuff to sleep and stuff like that. to help control. We have 2 of the Metazoo, which actually works really well in this deck because you're going to be using cards out of your hand just to control them. So this thing is just another card that helps you fill up your hand, and as it's doing that, it can deal damage. So it is pretty good against fire matchups to take away any fire stuff. Also against spirit stuff, it'll just chip away those beasties and you fill up your hand at the same time. Another new card from Seance here is the Shonen Hawk and Shonahaka. I don't know really how to say this. But this thing, it's a water dark card, which is really cool. And this just makes it so whenever you can play it at any time, I'll read it since it's a new one. You may contract this page at any time. Arena, whenever opposing caster bookmarks on their turn due to an effect from a page they control, bookmark the same number of pages this effect does not stack. So it's an arena effect, it's not just a contract effect. So as long as this thing's in the arena, that will apply. You can have 2 of them. It's 1 dark, 1 water, 60 LP, 2 per spell book, and then it has Demon Spear, 2 poison, does 5 damage. Until the end of the next turn, the caster damaged by this attack cannot contract a beastie that shares the same name with a beastie they control. So it just helps, if they have something that synergizes with their deck that's like a 10 of or a 6 of, or even like something like Quets. You can stop them right there. Sleep a Quets. Now they can't play any other Quets if you just poke them with this guy. So he's really good. New addition to the deck, and really like it. Then we got 1 crab. You can bump this up if you want. I didn't know what to take out. I was originally playing 2. This guy's pretty much just to be there to help draw you cards by taking out little beasties. That's pretty much it. And then he's just kind of annoying if your opponent isn't playing lightning or has a proper way to just remove him at the moment, so he can help you draw stuff. Alpha Gator is actually playable in this deck list. It's not like ideal. You can drop him, but it's mainly just to grab that overgrown city to be able to get some aura out that you need. And then it also will help activate your aura prowesses, which is actually pretty nice in the deck, just to be able to search out the aura that you need. Helps thin out the deck. Since it is a 60 card deck, we want to try and thin out as much as possible so we can draw those cards that we want at the moment. Going into the spells, we have 3 explosions, which is just, in my opinion, one of the better fire cards. It does take 2 fire, so maybe that's why people might not like it, and you can play that the Holy Cross or whatever that thing is called, the fire one, which is 1 fire, 1 colorless, but I like this one. You can deal 50 damage to beastie or caster and inflict it with burn. Target beastie or caster and deal it 10 damage and inflict it with burn. And then you take 25. So I think that's pretty nice. You just hit something for 60 or you hit something for 50 and 10, depending on what you need to do. And then, like I was saying before, a new card also from Seance is the Scorching Flame card. So this is just going to be, you can contract this page at any time. A spell, potion, or terror page is contracted. Lose 125 life points. Do not resolve that spell. Place it into the afterlife. Or do not resolve that potion or terror and place it into the afterlife. So if you're going to lose because of a lightning in a bottle, something like that, this can go about that way. And you actually don't even take life points from the terror page or the potion. So it could be good. This is actually something decent to prevent the UFO win condition also. It's just a really good control card. It's Fire's Dampen. So now we have 4 Dampen instead of 2 or 3, something like that. Which we can actually play 3 of this. So altogether you can play like 6 negates in Fire, Water, Dark. but that's not including death also. So, and then going on to our water spells, we have Tidal Pool. Tidal Pool mainly just being able to recycle through our deck, get things that we don't need currently, and put them back into the deck to get cards that we can use right now and help prevent from bricking, and also hopefully being able to get cards that will search us some aura. And the deck can also be shuffled up, so those cards aren't going to sit at the bottom forever, because it is 60 cards, so you might think that you'll never see those cards again as soon as you put them in the bottom. But being able to have that Aura Paralysis and the Overgrown City, we do get to shuffle the deck quite a bit, let alone being able to draw cards. Alpha Gator being able to search out the city also shuffles up the deck. So there's a lot of ways to shuffle up the deck, and those cards don't really get stuck there at the bottom. 2 Dampens just to be able to negate whatever our opponent may have for us. Most likely something like a New Year's New Beginning, so we don't get shut down on some of the cards we may need. But if there is only spells in our hand, then go for it. We don't care about that because of the Gassy. Going to the dark spells, we have Death Beam at 3. Just be able to pop whatever we want. The only really problematic card would probably be something like Frog, but it doesn't really matter at the same point because we're going to have so much stuff here to just smack them in the face. So even if they do have Frog, it's not going to be the end of the world. We have Death just to be able to negate a contract thing, just to have that more control. So we do have kind of, if you look at it, we have 5 cards in each aura type for the spells, and 3 of them are kind of like a control by popping their monsters, being for Explosion for fire and Death Beam for dark. Consistency with the Tidal Pool, and then those other 2 of each of the 5 being the Scorching Pages to negate spells, Dampen to negate spells, Death to negate contracts of beasties. So really having a control aspect, being 15 cards total, 5 of each. So I think it's really balanced, and you just, once you get your aura out, there's nothing stopping you. Going into the colorless pages, Aura Paralysis, like I was saying before, just being able to shuffle up the deck, search out that aura you want, thinning the deck. 60 cards is a lot, so thinning out and making sure you hit your aura is really good. Bookmark, drawing cards, just generic. Absorb Aura, it helps you draw. It also, you play a lot of aura facts in this deck, so you can just suck up one of yours, and bing bang boom, you get an extension play, so you can like Fatigue, Ruby, and then drop Aura Paralysis, and now you have 3, so you can drop your Wendigo or your Bat Squatches, which I forgot to go over those for the Dark Beasties. Just 3 Bat Squatches and 1 Wendigo. Bat Squatch can actually bring back everything except for Gassy and Mishupetsu and Alpha Gator, which we probably won't be playing Alpha Gator too much. But he has the ability to bring back everything, such as Beelzebub, Wendigo, Frog, and the new Demon Toad thing, and Crab as well. So that's also why I felt 1 was fine. He also has a Confusion, so really good Bat Squatch there. Then our 1-ofs and our colorless is 1 power up, good with Crab, good with Beelzebub, good with Wendigo. Just good card all around. So power up red helps you take out certain beasties. I like throwing it on the Crab just because it makes it so we have a higher chance of just drawing some more cards. Cryptid Nation, throw down that Gassy, throw down the Frog. You can throw down Wendigo, Bat Squatch. Pretty much those are going to be all your targets there to do that. And then New Beginnings. You do have a lot of pieces in here. You could play New Year's New Beginnings and hope that when you want to activate it, all you have is spells. But you don't want to get rid of any aura, honestly. So New Beginnings is kind of just a little better option here. Going on to well, we do have our 2 Terror pages, which is Overgrown City. I brought it up already. Really good card. I love this card. Just being able to turbo out a basic aura, increasing your aura count faster than you should. Your opponent gets one as well, but you're controlling their board, so most likely when they get aura pages, they're going to feel more inclined to play stuff, which makes it so your stuff is able to be played to counter their stuff, such as Death Beam, Explosion, and that stuff. So if they don't do anything, this deck kind of just sits there and pokes them in the face. So you want them to be doing stuff so you can have the maximum potential for fun, because it's really fun to just kind of like, oh, you did something, now I'm going to prevent you from doing anything kind of feel. So it's really fun. It's got a lot of reaction and playability, where you actually respond to your opponent. You don't just sit there and just be like, okay, so that's what really fun about this deck. Trying to go over this as fast as I can. I know it's a hefty amount of cards here, but it actually works out really well being 60 cards. It's very functional. The only problem you'll have is if you brick aura every once in a while, but I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem, especially with all the artifacts we're playing. So we're playing 2 of the fire ones, generating you 2 fire. We're playing 2 of the Megalodon 2s, being able to generate water and dark, which is going to handle both of them. So that's pretty good. You could throw in mermaid scales here, but really if you look at it, the highest aura cost that we have for water is 2. So we only really need 2 waters on the board to contract something like that, which would just be our Mishupetsu or our crab. So the 1 water aura and the Megalodon tooth will cover that easily. And then stuff like Dampen and Tidal Pool, so it's not that big of a deal having the mermaid scales. I like the Megalodon tooth more because then we can have the Wendigo and Bat Squatch come out, and we have Death Beam, so we just have a higher cost to drop for dark pages, so that's why I like it being half water, half dark. We got 2 blood rubies to be able to help with those dark pages, being able to generate 2 dark aura. We have the Chaos Crystal to be able to fix any numbers that we may need. It might not last very long, but it will get you rolling, and then that's all you really need it for. So that's why it's really good there. And then the new Natural Chaos Orb, which is pretty sick here. Just being able to create anything, so it will just fix your numbers. You might be short a dark or blah, blah. Fix your numbers pretty much. Something that you might be interested in throwing in here is something like River and River of Time, because especially with the combination of this thing, you can pop it, make River, and then River of Time. So that would be kind of cool, honestly. But I think that's more of a side deck option, so I'm not too worried about that, because you just have so much control aspects that it doesn't matter too much getting another turn, because once you establish a decent board, it's just going to become overwhelming, because even if they do kill your frog and you have a Bat Squatch, you'll be able to get the frog back, stuff like that. So going on to the aura count, we're actually only playing 10 aura here, which is kind of low, right? It seems small, but look how many aura packs we have. We have a good amount of draw potential. We pretty much have everything we need. Overgrown City being able to help us get that, or Prowess being able to help get us get whatever. So the thing is, you don't once you have aura and everything that you need, that's the last thing you want to draw into later on in the game. So I did slim down the aura count as much as possible. So we're just playing 3 fire aura, 3 water aura, and 4 dark aura. Which, if you look at it, everything is 1 extra than what we need. So 3 water aura, and our highest water drop is 2. So we have 1 extra. The only thing is fire, which is Beelzebub, which is a 1 of, so I'm not too worried about that. All the other fire cards are 2 fires. So it's not the biggest deal. 1 of 60 needing to have all 3 fire auras out, and we also have 2 fire crystals. So if we had the fire crystal and 1 fire aura, it's job well done there. Also, Chaos Crystal is another example, and then 4 dark auras, just because for Dark Auras, just because we got the Death Beams, we have the Wendigo, and the Bat Squanches, so that we have one extra of everything that we like need it for. So 10 is pretty nice. I've been liking it. Yeah, give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. 60 cards is, it seems like a lot, but it actually plays really well. And then once you hit like a lower amount, you're just drawing so well. Like you're like just drawing stuff. It even like you don't really need to top deck in this deck. You pretty much are just holding on to stuff, and as soon as they do something, you just wreck them real quick. So it's good. I've been liking it a lot. I got something in here. Ooh. This is not Metazoo related though, sadly. I know exactly what this is. It's actually, I don't know, we were just talking about it at a locals, so I was just like, shit, might as well pick it up. So I'll do a video on this. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys want to see what this is. I'll try to get a video of that soon, of the opening. Maybe even gameplay, because, you know, people have been talking about it. It seems fun. It's been a second since I played this, so hopefully this is enough for 2 players. It might not be, so I might need to pick up another one, but that'll be fine. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out that Twitch. If you guys are interested in backing my game, which is Pocket Dimensions, check out my Patreon. It's just Shiny Ho Ho TCG on Patreon. You search that up, it should pop up. Jump into the $10 tier. I'll make sure I hook you guys up with shit once everything gets printed. Should be hopefully getting some holiday special decks out here at the end of the year, and then the actual starter decks out early next year. So things are going to be happening. Hope you guys like this Firewater Dark Control list. Let me know in the comments if you've tried it, if you want to try it, and what you guys think about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Peace out.